Will I ever win a fantasy football league in my own fucking league? Hey guys, it's time to do a recap of week 2 in the Famleegue. The Famleague. Little F, little L. I'll think it's up for next episode. Recap of week 2, and we're going to start with the household matchup. Entering the day, Lamar Jackson and Rashad Bateman at halftime had me, I think they had me 50 points combined. I was sitting very pretty. I'll say very pretty. I'm like, all right, finally. I have a week where my team's looking good. Kelsey beat me last year. We only faced each other once. I think we'll face each other twice this year. She beat me last year. And I'm like, okay, I'll beat her this year. You know, I can silence all the people, joking at me. Last year she took a screenshot, posted everywhere that she beat me. I'm glad she kind of took it on me a little bit easier this time. Thank you. Which I guess it's like, it's nothing beat me now because, I'm the loser of the freaking group, my own league. Anyway, like I said last week, it's not about me. It's about y'all. It's about y'all, but we're going to start with us. And, so she ended up coming back and beat me. Only by 5.04 points. Only by that much. Just a little bit. Just came back and beat me by a little bit. Can you please get out my camera frame, please?
Winner's a winner.
So, winner's a winner. Just watching the holiday baking show, Halloween edition. Anyway, Dolphins had a huge second half, and Tyreek Hill got 42 points for her. Lamar got me 42 as well, but Tyreek gave him 42, and she had another couple guys do good. I had another 0-pointer that got started, so unbelievable. It's pretty much why I lost. We're going to move on. Trey off to a 2-0 hot start. Beat Jesse to battle the 1-0 undefeateds. Now, me and Kelsey had the closest matchup, but Trey and Jesse actually had the furthest. Trey won by 71.36 points. Damn. It kind of sucks because I think 2 of Jesse's players got hurt, so really can't much you do there. And then all Trey's guys just popped off. Stephon Diggs had the most points out of any player in our league, 44 points. Bills defense had 22. The Bills look good. They look good. I think they, before the season ended, they had the highest odds to win the Super Bowl this year too, so they're living up to it. It's only 2 games, but they're living up to it. Okay, let's see. Oh, the projection too. Jesse was actually projected to beat Trey by 2 points. But unfortunately that did not happen for his case. So sorry, Jesse, but I know you'll bounce back. Hopefully you guys will get healthy. And Trey is number 1 right now in the whole league. So watch out for Trey. Might as well change his name to Buffalo Bills instead of Team Hill. Team Bills? Huh? Trey Bills? Trey Hill? Trey Bills? Huh? We're going to move on to Bryce and Josh. Went from the battle of the 1-0s to the 0-1s. Bryce captured the victory over Josh. Bryce had Hurts, Kupp, and Christian Kirk combined for 90.62 points. Damn. Bryce also had the most bench points again. He had 99 points on his bench. Bryce, but yeah, your team's deep. Let's see. We'll move on to Tanner and Ryan. Tanner started Jared Goff. And Jared Goff got him 26 points. Jared Goff. Is this a revenge tour of Jared Goff? I hope so. He took the Rams to the Super Bowl. And I feel like in the NFL, if you have like one bad season, everyone just writes you off and be like, oh, you're washed. Same thing happened with Mitch Trubisky. And, I know he didn't have the best game Sunday with the Steelers, and like Carson Wentz, I mean, these guys still have it. They still have it. Like, they're not washed, So I'm hoping Baker Mayfield also lives up to that, Oh, still not washed, but whatever. Also, Tanner had Jalen Waddle. Waddle baby, Waddle baby, Waddle baby, Waddle baby. And he went off as well. So, yeah, Tanner's looking like another heavyweight. Tanner, Trey, even though Bryce is 1-1, he's definitely a heavyweight too. So, Scranton Stranglers, man, they're not choking. They're doing the choking. All right. The combo team of Kendra and Cash, are they a heavyweight? They beat Molly Sue, the runner-up from last year. They are now 2-0 to start off their young fantasy football careers. Good job, guys. Good job. Armand Ra St. Brown, are you kidding me? Armand Ra? I swear they picked their name. They picked him to be on their team because he had a different name. He had a cool name. Armand Ra St. Brown goes off. I didn't finish my notes here, but Kendra's projected only 113, but I think she ended up getting like 150. That's absurd. I think that was the highest difference from projection to actual retail price. Anyway, we're going to move on. And probably my most favorite matchup of this entire week. Kelsey and I's was pretty good. A couple of y'all's was pretty good too. But Randy and Jay, I was very intrigued with this matchup because Randy won the league last year. I want to say me and Johnny did a league together. We were roommates. I want to say he won a league. If he didn't win, he came really close. He had a really good team. Also, me and Johnny played fantasy baseball for several years. And Johnny is like always in the championship, like almost every year. He's a fantasy wizard. My man's a fantasy wizard. So, it was a pretty seesaw matchup. Like Randy would take the lead, and then Johnny would take the lead. This video is already 7 minutes. Good gosh. Well, oops. But so right before Sunday Night Football, Randy it was 71 to 77. I have decimal points, but who cares about decimal points really? It was 71 to 77. Jay or Johnny was leading. And then Aaron Jones scores 32 for Randy. And then on Monday Night Football, Randy had A.J. Brown and I think someone else. And Johnny had Josh Allen, Gabe Davis, and I think he had another person. But Gabe Davis, unfortunately, was a late scratch. And he didn't have anyone to replace him in his flex. So we got him 0 points. And unfortunately, Jay ends up losing by only 8 points. That is tough. That was a great matchup, though. That was a great matchup. Excuse me, Bryce. You actually did not have the most bench points. Randy had the most bench points. He had 100 points on his bench. And speaking of benches, this is a son of a bench moment. Jay had Graham Gano on his bench, and he had 17 points. Oh, that is a toughie. 17 points, and Jay's kicker only scored him 1 that he started. So if he started Graham Gano, he would have beaten Randy. That is tough. Jay's defense, the Bucks, also had 25 points. That was a huge, factor for making his matchup so close. The most points by a player that was on the bench was on Randy's team. That's why he had 100. He had 40% alone of his bench points. Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins had an amazing second half, man. I cannot believe they won that game. Me and Kelsey were following that game on Sunday, and it's like the Dolphins are kind of slow to come back. I was like, yo, bro, the Dolphins are low-key like scoring some tutties here. And all of a sudden, they came back and won. And Baltimore. Absurd. But yeah, Tua had 38.86 points. I'm in 6 leagues, which is, I have some mental disability being in 6 fantasy football leagues. Like, that is just ridiculous. I had Tua. I drafted 2 and 4 of mine, and I actually just dropped him in one of mine. That's tough. But my other 3 teams, solid backup. I actually have him starting one game because I think I have Russell Wilson in one of my leagues. So I'm like, I'll start Tua. I know he's playing the Bills, but fuck it. Let's see. So that's a recap in week 2. We'll take a look at the standings here. Trey, Kendra, and Cash, my yubber, and Tanner are all tied for first place. They are 2-0. Technically, Trey is in first because he has scored the most points out of everyone. Congrats, Trey Hill. In second place is Randy, Bryce, Jay, and Jesse. They're all 1-1. And holding down the anchor with me is Molly, Ryan, and Josh. So, me, Molly, Ryan, and Josh, we got some work to do this week. Hopefully week 3 can be in our favor and we can stop holding the anchor down. So, but yeah, the scoring leaders, Trey's in first. He's got the most points. Only trailing by 7 points is Bryce. He's the best 1-1 team, second in points. Jay is right behind him in third. And then it's Kendra and Cash in fourth for most points. Then it's Molly, who is fifth. It's tough for Molly. Very tough for Molly. She's 0-2, but she is fifth in most points scored in the league. So that's wild. Tanner is sixth at 2-0. Sixth in points. Just Josh and is seventh. Kelsey, the worst 2-0 team. The worst 2-0 team, Kelsey, is 8th out of 12 in scoring, but somehow she's 2-0. So, can't make it up. Randy's in 9th, the defending champion. Jesse's in 10th. I am in 11th, and Ryan is in 12th for scoring leaders after week 2 cumulatively. All right, well, let's go over the week 3 matchups and see who is projected to win and projected to lose. Now, of course, I'm projected to lose. I might have to make some changes soon, especially if I go 0-3. My team might have to fire me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I got to face Johnny. I'm like, oh, great. I got to face frickin' Johnny. He's projected to beat me by 21 points. So I'm hoping these projections are off. Hopefully my guys will have, like, career days. We'll see. The Red Hot Trey only has a 5-point advantage over Josh, so that could be interesting. Tanner has a 17-point advantage over Jesse. They face each other. Rematch of the semifinals from last year. Molly and Bryce. Will Bryce get the revenge? It looks like he's a 1.4 favorite over Molly. So we'll check out that one. Randy and Kendra and Cash. Randy is projected to beat them by 20, or excuse me, not 20, by 12. So somewhat close, which, last week Kendra was only projected like 113, and she, goes about 40 points above that. So, and then last but not least, Kelsey facing Ryan, and Kelsey is projected to beat Ryan by, looks like, 13 points. So we'll see what happens to week 3, guys. These projections, I'm not sure if everyone's finished doing their lineup tonight, but don't forget to do your lineup tonight. And we'll see what happens for week 3. See what happens for week 3. Good luck to y'all. Have a great and safe weekend, and let's get some dubs, baby, especially for me. Bench your whole team, Johnny. Give me a win.